Hi, I wanted to make a video because I had a call with my coach this afternoon, and we were talking about, what was going to be my theme for 2023. What was I going to be doing to get the year started off to a really good start and a really good energy. And I heard myself saying that I was going to be focusing on taking actions, not just actions on their own, of course. I still do all my meditation and inner work and mindfulness. That's the foundation I've built myself. And but now actually to kind of activate that, to go to the next level, it's got to be about taking actions. And I do take a lot of actions, but I can procrastinate, and it can take me a bit of time sometimes to think about what I'm going to do. So actually my thing is really going to be about, what are the actions I'm going to take to really create, some big shifts. I've got some huge goals for this year, and in my personal life, in work, and just everything really. And I know where I want to get to, but I've got to start taking action now and hold myself accountable to that. Then I started watching a film last night about, it's basically a documentary film on Netflix by the actor Jonah Hill, and he's interviewing his therapist, this amazing guy called, I don't know what his first name is, but it's called Stutz. And, Jonah Hill talks about his journey and how this guy has, really helped him really change his life, and all the tools he uses. And then the Stutz guy talks about his battle with Parkinson's as well in his life. It's a really beautiful film. But what's so interesting about it was that at the beginning of the film he started talking about how when he first has a client, he gets them to go from each session and take an action. Because just coming out of that, it's great to do the talking, it's great to do the going inwards and understanding ourselves and creating a narrative around, why we do certain things, why we find certain things hard. Of course, you need that. But he also gets them to go away and do something positive. And I think that's because of, once you start to take an action and start to do something positive, then you start to create change. And, one way to, rewire our systems, rewire our brains, change those old stubborn patterns that we've built over the years, is by action taking. Yeah, we have to understand ourselves, and the actions often won't work if we don't do the inner work, because you've got to really dig deep and, find some of these old wounds that are, creating these limiting beliefs and behaviours. So you've got to do that, but it's the action and the repetition of that action that gets us to do things differently, because sometimes it's really hard at first. So sometimes we've got to take small actions. One of the traps I always fall into is I've got to do something huge. I've got to make this sorry, I'm just trying to stop the glare of the light. I've got to do something huge. I've got to make this big change now. But actually, first of all, that can be really traumatizing, especially if you're dealing with an old trauma wound from when you're really young. You just re-traumatize yourself all the time because you're trying to bite off too much, more than you can chew. But if you do something small, and that could be booking an appointment with a professional, whether it's a therapist or a coach or a mentor or something, someone to just help you, that could be a really good first action. It could be writing a list of all the little things you want to do, and then you've got to do the things on the list. You can't just write the list. It could be, I'm going to take charge a bit more, when I'm with my friends or with my partner or at work, I'm going to make a conscious effort to be the person that books the restaurant or decides where we go, or takes charge of the situation rather than be, a bit of a passenger. Could be, I don't know, all sorts of things. After Christmas, I'm feeling very, like I've had too much sugar. I'm not a big sugar eater normally, but, over Christmas, I've become a sugar eater, and, doesn't feel good at the time. Well, it sort of does and it doesn't. Tastes good and, I don't feel good inside. So I'm, starting to cut that out again, but I'm doing it gradually, so that's my action. I know where I need to get to, which is, not really having any sugar, apart from a bit of dark chocolate every day, which I think is good for serotonin levels. But, I'm cutting things out gradually, and then I'll cut out my, snacks in between meals, and then I'll probably reduce my portion sizes, and then all the Christmas weight will, just drop off. But, first of all, I'm just going to start by gradually reducing sugar and taking action that way. And I think, the same can apply when we're trying to make a big shift in our lives, and we know we need to do things differently, and it seems insurmountable. It almost seems like I'm never going to get there, because when I try to do that, I go into freeze mode, or I just shut down, or whatever it is, I get that knot in my stomach or my throat, and I can't, it's too sort of painful. Then break it down, start small, and then do lots of little actions, and then eventually they turn into medium actions, and then they turn into big ones. And that's kind of how you start to change behavior and start to rewire your system. But don't forget to do your meditations and your inner work, and keep feeling the feelings, and combine that with action taking too. And if you've got Netflix, watch this film. It's a really, really beautiful, a very vulnerable film, and I think we could all learn a thing or two, and some brilliant tools in there as well that you could probably use actually, on your inner journeys. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you on the next video. Bye.